Hello, everybody. Welcome. Are you ready for this Smackdown? Thanks for tuning in, you guys. This is just a fun session that we're going to have this morning. So, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, you'll have some fun with us for this session.
All right. My name is Dr. Sahara Haney. I am the Curriculum Resource Coordinator for East Baton Rouge Parish School System, and I work specifically with the Technology Integration Departments.
And hi, my name is Nikki Washington. I'm an instructional specialist here in East Baton Rouge Parish Schools for our Ed Tech department, and I just love doing what I do. So, you guys, I hope we have fun today. Thanks for tuning in once again.
So let me make this full screen. All right, there we go. So the whole point of this session, or PD, like Nikki said, is just to kind of have casual fun and talk about some of our favorite ed tech tools. Now, I have chosen 5. She's chosen 5. We have 5 rounds. We have creativity, presentation, collaboration, screencast, and whiteboard. So we have each chosen our favorite tools within each category. We're going to briefly talk about them, show you all a few of the features within those platforms, and then duke it out and see which one wins according to y'all's opinion. So the first category is creativity. And we're going to have Google Drawings versus Canva. So Nikki has Google Drawings. She's going to go ahead and start talking about that.
So I'm a Google girl. I love Google. So Google Drawings, of course, you can collaborate, even though I'm not going to even say anything about Canva right now. But Google Drawings allow you to collaborate. Of course, anything with Google allows you to collaborate. So as teachers, you can make your flip charts, your flow charts, your concept maps, all of those things that you use, your anchor charts, your posters. Because now a lot of us, the teachers, we've been forced to do a lot of things virtually now. So I really like to utilize Google Drawings to create those wonderful resources here. And Google Drawings is slept on, I believe, because you can actually create some wonderful art pieces. And I highly recommend it for our art teachers to create those, to have your students get creative and create those art pieces there digitally in their classes. So not only is it just for our regular classroom teachers, you can tie in the art. And once again, it's Google, so you can collaborate on it. You get hands-on. I can manipulate the things. So, and that's big for me, especially for those math teachers, me being able to manipulate things on there and to incorporate and move things around so that the students can interact with it. I don't know if Canva can interact and you can manipulate things. So we don't have to see in this little battle, but it's Google Drawings for me. I really like the flexibility in it with the collaboration, being able to manipulate things, and then the students actually learning how to draw on that actual using the Google Drawings app. So you're able to, it's cross-curricular, you can tie it in with anything. It's my go-to. I'm sorry. So y'all let me know in the chat if you're for Canva. Don't tell us yet though. You can wait, but let me know if you're a Google Drawings fan, because I love Google Drawings because it really, as a teacher, I can do anything I need to do here in Google Drawings. Doesn't matter what I teach. And like I said, the big thing for me is manipulating items. I need my students to manipulate the items so that they can interact. So that's it for me for Google Drawings.
All right, so for me, I am a Canva girl through and through. So Canva is an amazing platform. It is free for educators. So if you are on this presentation, I have the link right here for you guys to register for a free educator account. And this gives you access to the pro program. So you have all of those cool images, those various kind of Canva templates and platforms that you can use. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all some of my favorite things in Canva. So this is the Canva platform. I have a professional one, just like for an outside thing that I have. Then I have my educator accounts. And you have access to all of these things for free. So here I can make a video presentation, an infographic, posters. If I want to brush up my CV or my resume, I can do that here. You can really kind of delve into all of the different templates that they have. So let's say I wanted to kind of revamp my classroom newsletter. I can come here, and it gives me different templates. So I don't have to create it literally from scratch. I can come here and choose a beautiful, already created background and template, and I can pretend like I am the best graphic designer in the whole wide world. And you're going to have your coworkers, your parents, your students asking you, girl, how did you do that? Or sir, how did you do that? All with Canva. With Canva, I can also embed photos. I can do various elements in here. So some clip art without that pesky white or black background. It's already transparent. I can do some shapes. I can have frames in here. So if I have an image and I want it to have this cropped out and mask it, there we go. I have that beautiful, and I'm hungry, y'all. So these cookies are tempting me, but I have these delicious looking cookies inside of my little circle right here. I can have my text. They have some really awesome fonts that they have. I can do some sparkle. I can do my little free delivery sign. I can get really into all of these really great and gorgeous fonts. I'm a former elementary teacher. I taught middle school too, but I think elementary is where my heart is. I love me some cute fonts. So you can really kind of jazz up, add a little razzle dazzle to those basic things that you guys may use on a day-to-day basis. Here are a few of the things that I've created for my team. So we have our flyer. I could have done this, of course, in slides or like Nikki's trying to tell y'all on Google Drawings, but I have it here. I can make it really interactive, gorgeous to look at, very streamlined. I made this Christmas program for another department in our districts, and all of this was super easy and super free. I can also make gifts. So here's a gift that I made in Canva. Once again, for free, my favorite word. So be sure you sign up for that free educator account. And you can also make movies, little video clips. Let me show you guys what I mean. So here is a video that I made. We're having a Techmas Christmas party in our team. And so I wanted to invite them using this little video invitation. And this was once again for free, y'all. Like, gorgeous. So Canva is my favorite platform for creativity. And don't forget, I have that link right there for you guys to use in order to register for a free educator account. So now we want you guys to go ahead and vote. Oh, somebody just said Google Drawings in the chat box. No, ma'am. No, sir. In the chat box, I have a link to the Mentimeter. So go ahead and go to Mentimeter for me, you guys. And in the chat box, I have the link for y'all, and let us know what was, I should say, your favorite tool in the creativity rounds. Oh, Canva! Woo woo! Oh, Miss Hall, you said Google Drawings.
She said no, she's for Canva.
I'm with Canva. See, I only saw Google Drawings. Canva for me. Look at that. Miss Hall, I also paid for the year subscription, but I love it. I don't mind, having that money being spent for that, because I love it so very much. But there is a free version, so be sure you guys go ahead and pay for that. Not pay for that. I'm sorry. Sign up for that. Well, I guess I'm the winner. I have won round one, so I'm very excited about that. So we're going to go ahead to round two. The winner was Canva, so thank you very much for that. Round two is presentation, Nearpod versus Pear Deck. So I'm going to let Nikki go ahead and take over.
All right, you guys. So Pear Deck, let me know if y'all have ever done Pear Deck. I used to, when I taught fifth grade math, I put all of my things, because I didn't have access to Nearpod at the time. And I was a Google Slides, because I like my kids to manipulate and interact and move things. That's why I like Google Drawings. But I used to utilize this so that my students, we're not just doing a boring slideshow, but they're actually engaged and they're interacting with the Google Slides there. So I like to do that. So here, if you click on the Pear Deck templates, you'll get to see some of the templates that they have here on this link here. And they have some great templates that you can use. And of course, it's a freemium. So it's not all the way free, but you can use it for free with limitations. Just as you would with Nearpod. Let me not speak on Nearpod right now, even though I have this Nearpod shirt on. But you can see here, they have all of these templates that you can use, critical thinking, hard topic with your students. So they give you all of those templates and examples. And ideas that you can utilize with your students here. And I just love Google Slides as well, because it worked well for me and my students when I was teaching math, because they had to do a lot of manipulating and showing and modeling work. So it worked well for me. And then I can add those other components. And then here I just have you don't have to click on that one though, but you guys, I have a quick start guide here, and they even have a flashcard factory. I don't think Nearpod has that. And what an awesome add-on to Google Slides by adding on the Pear Deck extension, where I can make my Google Slides ask interactive questions. They can do multiple choice, open-ended questions, all in a slide deck. How awesome is that? And I don't have to worry about sending my slides anywhere. I can do it all in here, and it gives a wonderful feedback for the teacher. So you'll be able to know what the students are responding, and of course you can collaborate, interact, and engage together in Pear Deck with Pear Deck. So I love it. And like I said, they have all of those templates there already built in for you. And if you already have all of those PowerPoints, of course, you can convert your PowerPoints over, or you can use PowerPoint. So you can use PowerPoint, Google Slides, whatever it is that you want to use. And that's another plus, and use those templates and use those slides and make them interactive, bring those to life. The same things that you've been doing all of this time, bring it to some life and engage and interact with your students using that Pear Deck add-on, and use it with your students. And of course, like I said, it's a freemium, but with the free version, you can still, of course, there's a few features that I would like, but with the free version, you can still interact and have a lot of fun with your students. And I promise you, they'll love using Pear Deck.
All right. Blah, blah, blah. Time for Nearpod, the best tool. So I am a little bit biased. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Our district in EBR, we are a Nearpod district. We've been using Nearpod. This is, I think, the year 3 of using Nearpod, and I used it when I was in the classroom, and I loved Nearpod. And that was like back then, before they had all of these really great features within the platform. So I am a little bit biased. Pear Deck is okay. I'm not gonna throw shade at them, but I do love me some Nearpod. So if you don't know what Nearpod is, Nearpod takes that plain and boring Google slide deck, PowerPoint, and turns it into an engaging lesson to engage all of your learners. So, excuse me, my voice got caught. So in Nearpod, the great thing is I have all of these really cool features over here to select from. If your district does purchase a district license for your entire school district, you are able to have a district library. So then your district staff or district admin can push out different lessons that are aligned to your curriculum. You can also have a school library as well. You can also go to the Nearpod library and peruse all of their 1,000,001 lessons. So you can, of course, filter down by standard or states, by grade band, by subject area, and these are already created lessons. Now, of course, you're going to want to go in and personalize those lessons to kind of meet the needs of your students, because you know your kids the best. But you do have that option here to already have an already ready-made, I should say, lesson for you guys to use with your kiddos. Going back to my main Nearpod account, whenever I'm creating a lesson, I get all of these amazing features. So if you're a Nearpod newbie, you get all of these features. You have the video feature. If you guys have ever used Edpuzzle before, they have an Edpuzzle-like feature in Nearpod. So I can embed a video from YouTube or my own video and insert questions throughout to hold my kids accountable. They have a slideshow feature. I can push out any website. I've taught elementary before. My kids, for whatever reason, struggled going to brainpop.com. They would go to brianpop.com. They would go to brainpop.org, brianpop.net. It would take 1,000 years to get them back on track. So I don't have to worry about spelling it out loud or waiting for them to all get on the same web page. I could push out a web page to them from Nearpod. There is a vocabulary partnership. We love vocabulary. For my science and math folks, they have the PhET simulations, PDF viewers, Microsoft Sway, and then I can also, of course, assess and engage my kids through interactive activities. So I have a Time to Climb, which is similar to Kahoots. They have Flipgrid. So if you are a Flipgrid user, they do have a Flipgrid integration. open-ended responses, matching pairs, quizzes. The list goes on and on and on. And in my opinion, it's a little bit better than Pear Deck. So if you have any free time, go into Nearpod. If you've never ever really interacted with Nearpod, go into Nearpod and play with it, learn about it, and go ahead and start using it because I love me some Nearpod. All right. So we're going to go ahead and pause for a second and let you guys vote. In the chat box, I have the Mentimeter for you guys to go there. And remember, you're choosing between Nearpods and Pear Deck. Let us know what you guys prefer. Oh, we got one for Pear Deck.
Yes.
Oh, now we have one for Nearpod. It's time. I need someone to come in and do my. There we go. All right. Yeah, y'all did not let me down. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you. So, yes, Nearpod is the best. Ms. Hall said it's a draw for her. I agree slightly, but Nearpod edges out a little bit more, Ms. Hall. All right. So clear winner is Nearpod. Thank you. I have won 2 rounds in a row so far.
And she took all the good tools.
All right. Thank y'all for entertaining us with that one. Round 3 is the battle of collaboration tools. So we have Seesaw versus Flipgrid.
All right, Flipgrid. I know we have our Flipgrid. First of all, Flipgrid is free for educators, 100% free. And I love Flipgrid because it empowers our students. It definitely empowers our students. It gives them a voice. If I make this, I'm going to make this student voice image. I'm going to blow it up for a second so you can see. It gives the students voice, and I love being able to hear from all of my students because you have those shy students that just won't say anything. So it forces me to hear from all of my students, give them that voice, and also it's going to give the students the ability to understand and learn, and show and display their learning and explain it. And one thing that I love about Flipgrid for me is I'm teaching my students how to articulate and speak. And if they can get on Flipgrid and explain and do all of those things to a question that I ask, then when they take those paper and pencil assessments, they'll be able to come and demonstrate what they've learned on paper and pencil. So they'll be able to apply that prior knowledge to what they're doing. So it's also great for feedback. We can give feedback to our students, reflections, questions, ideas, whatever you want. And then best of all, it doesn't matter what you're teaching. I don't care if you're a music teacher, the science teacher, you're teaching art, PE. You can integrate it for whatever you want for your students. The students for science, they can record their experiments and leave their information there. And of course, the students can collaborate with each other. So Flipgrid is a go for me just because first of all, I'm giving my students a voice because as a teacher, you have 30 kids. I don't get to hear each and every student. They may want to share their response, but as a teacher, I'm not going to be able to listen to each and every response. But then I can go on Flipgrid and listen to all of their responses and leave feedback and responses to them. And your babies, they'll appreciate and love that as well. So Flipgrid is a win for me. And I love with Flipgrid, when I go into my Flipgrid, I can add my little clip art and my stickers, and I can have fun in there and decorate and do things that the kids love as well, and do those emojis. So Flipgrid is a win for me, mainly because I'm giving all of my students a voice. They're getting that practice with learning how to speak and articulate and respond and explain, which they would then be able to do on paper, which we need them to do. So if they can learn to explain there, it's going to transfer to the paper, which we need them to do. And they're learning speaking skills, which they need. So Flipgrid for me.
Okay, so now that Nikki's done trying to sell y'all on Flipgrid, I'm going to just let Seesaw sell itself. So I love Seesaw. I use Seesaw prior to even becoming on the district level and being in my current role with my students because it allowed them to build those speaking and listening skills. I'm a former ELA teacher, and for my ELA folks out there who are watching this right now, sadly, y'all know that sometimes those speaking and listening skills or standards that we have for Louisiana are oftentimes not always being taught in the classroom. So I started using Seesaw to have my kids build their discussion and their collaboration and their speaking and listening skills within the platform. So with Seesaw though, because that was like almost 4 or 5 years ago, it has grown like crazy over the past few years. So in Seesaw, your kiddos can, of course, annotate text. They can think out and work math problems aloud and discuss. We all have had students in the classroom who may not be able to write down or really articulate what they're trying to say, but they can at least talk it through. And you're able to kind of understand their reasoning, their logic, and kind of help guide them to that end goal that you want them to make, or to meet, I should say. Seesaw allows you to do that. Seesaw allows students to, and this is clearly not the best slide. Let me make it on another slide. So Seesaw allows students to show their learning. So by using either the annotations caption tool, they can capture their learning and talk about it and discuss and collaborate, which then allows us to gain insights and really deeply understand what our kids know, what they're thinking, their progress, and then connect our families. So if you are a Seesaw newbie, Seesaw does allow you to connect families to your accounts. They're able to see their student, not the whole class, but their student's portfolio, and they can send you messages back and forth. That it's real time. So as soon as their child posts on your Seesaw account, it will go to their app or to their website or their email in that moment. So you're able to kind of keep that window of communication open between all stakeholders, your families, the students, and then yourself. So I love me some Seesaw. I have a couple of examples right here for you guys. So here's one example. So this student was talking about and talking through, I should say, how to solve 4 plus 3, 6 plus 1, and 5 plus 3. You won't be able to hear the sound, but you can at least see the wording pop up on the screen as he's working through. So as he's working through all of this, he's talking it through. He's scratching out different little cubes. I taught ELA, so I'm not sure of the mathematical term for it, but the unifix cubes, and he's able to solve the problem. So this allows them to take pictures, record videos, and really delve and kind of try to think deeper and talk through what they're thinking in their minds. Okay, so that is Seesaw and Flipgrid. In the chat box, I have the link for the Mentimeter. Go ahead and take a couple of seconds to vote and let us know what is your favorite between Seesaw and Flipgrid. Ooh, they're coming in fast. I already got 2 for Flipgrid. I'm sure I'm gonna lose this round, and that's fine. Oh, I have 1 for Seesaw.
You can't win them all.
Oh, okay. Y'all letting me down, my folks in the audience right now. You're letting me down. But Flipgrid is an amazing tool. I'm not a sore loser. I love both. Both have their purposes in the world. Okay. All right. So Flipgrid clearly is the clear winner for this round. So if you're just joining us, we have had 3 rounds. This is our 3rd round. Our first round was creativity. In that round, Canva won. It was Canva versus Google Drawings. Canva won that round. Our second round was on presentation. We had Nearpod versus Pear Deck. Nearpod was the clear winner for that one. And we're on our 3rd round right now. That's collaboration. It's Seesaw versus Flipgrid. And Flipgrid is the clear winner for that one. We have 2 more rounds left. Our next round is screencasting. So let's go ahead and delve into that. Loom versus Screencastify.
Okay, you guys, I really like Screencastify, and clearly a lot of people like it because there are millions of people that use Screencastify. It's a great tool. You can download an extension or you can go to the website. And one thing I must point out with the free version, because we're teachers, we're on budgets. So, of course, you can't get an educator's discount and get it for cheaper, but you can do the free version and use the 5-minute video limit, because you shouldn't be recording long, lengthy videos, because research has shown that our students, they are not going to watch those long, lengthy videos. So you need to record. When you do a screencast, get straight to the point. So 5 minutes will get to the point. That's just the generation we serve. They want to get to the meat of it, straight to the point. And what I like about Screencastify is everything goes to my Google Drive or my hard drive. So they're not going to be stored on Screencastify's site. I always have access to it. If I want to stop using Screencastify tomorrow, that's perfect, because it's going to be in my Google Drive or my hard drive. And you can share your Screencastify videos to YouTube if you're doing you're doing your screencast for Ed Puzzle, or if you want to just put it in your Google Classroom, Remind, your Gmail, Wakelet. I can make my GIFs this way, so you can use it to make your GIFs. I love that. You can export it as an MP3. They have the cursor spotlight. They have so many features that I can just get for free. And also, it's SOPIPA. It's certified, so it's protecting our students. And also, when we come here, I love that I can make edits, because as a teacher and you're recording, when you just hit record for whatever reason, you can sit here for the whole 5 minutes and go through your presentation and don't mess up. But as soon as you hit record, it's like you just get nervous for some reason. So I like the edit features that they have in here, so I can trim and edit my clips. I can add text over my clips. I can merge the clips. I can crop them. I can export from MP4. I can use the zoom tool. And then they have, I must point this out, they have the blur tool coming soon. So I like that edit feature. It's the edit feature for me because, like I said, I get nervous and no one's in the room, but as soon as I hit record, it's like, ugh. So I need to use a Screencastify tool that will let me edit, because I'm going to need to edit, trim, and make a professional video. And I want my video to be professional, look nice. So Screencastify is my go-to. And like I said, you can download that extension or you can go to the website. It's pretty easy to use. If you want to pay for it, you can, or you can just do 5-minute videos at a time, which is still free. So go ahead and install your extension and see what the hype is about. I'm hyped about Screencastify. I love it.
All right, so we're going to talk about Loom. So Loom is another free platform. It's freemium, so it's pretty free almost all the way. And there's a few things that I don't think educators really need to have access to. So you're able to use the platform for free for what you need to actually use it for. So it is a screen recorder, so it will record your screen similar to Screencastify. There is an actual extension. So you'll notice up here, I can't really zoom in, but I do have the little flower, purple flower right here. That is the Loom extension. So it also is also Google Chrome friendly. So Screencastify is not the only one. And then with Loom, a perk, I can show myself while I am showing my screen. So oftentimes I've done probably thousands of screencasts in my career of being on this team, and I want to show myself sometimes. I'm not able to do that with QuickTime or with Screencastify or Screencast-O-Matic. However, with Loom, I have a cute little circle, as you can see in the little image right here, of myself while I'm talking. So this will allow you to engage your learners a little bit more and not just allow them to hear your voice. They're able to also see your face. Because I know I talk with my hands, I talk with my facial expressions. So sometimes I need to have someone see me to understand what I'm trying to get the point across or what I'm trying to say overall. So Loom allows you to really show yourself as well as share your screen and record your screen. In Loom, you'll see right here is a really easy and clean platform to use. So I have my name up here. I have different libraries, and you can also store your screenshots. So this is a new feature. It's beta testing, I should say. And under the videos, I can go ahead and hit record a video. I have my one-click access. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, allow it. And then I can go ahead and start using Loom. So over here, you see my picture down here. Hey, you guys. So while I'm talking and, collaborating and discussing, I hit start recording, choose my screen. It's going to count me down like almost all screencasting systems or platforms, how they work. And I can start recording my screen. I can move around, click on different things. And the entire time, you still see me in that bottom left-hand corner. Okay, so I love this feature. Of course, you can pause. So if you need to go run to the bathroom or deal with your crying baby in the other room or deal with your husband who may be harassing you about trying to find something in your house, you can pause it without having to restart the entire video. I know oftentimes doing all of the screencasts that I've done in my professional career, if I mess up, I typically start all the way back from the beginning. However, I can pause myself, take a second to breathe, all these notifications popping up, and then resume the actual video right here. So that is Loom in a nutshell. I love, love, love Loom. And see, Miss Hall said she didn't know it worked that way. I'm not sure if you're talking about me, Miss Hall, or screencasting, but I'm gonna talk about, you're gonna talk about Loom for that one. In the chat box, you guys have the link for to select the winner. So you have, remember, Loom versus Screencastify. So go ahead and vote for which screencasting tool you think won. Okay, yeah, she was talking about Loom. So there we go. Yes. Oop, Loom is getting some winners, getting some votes. So I think Loom was probably, yep, there we go. It's going to be the clear winner. I'm still recording. You can see my little picture down here. Let me stop recording. There we go. Okay, so I think the little image is the bee's knees, and is what is kind of that little razzle dazzle that we all are looking for sometimes with screencasting. I'm gonna admit to y'all, I am a QuickTime kind of girl. I have a MacBook. QuickTime is more convenient and quicker for me to get to without having to go to an actual platform. However, that little image, photo, live feed, video of yourself while you're doing your screencasting is a really great perk. And so I will probably start transitioning myself to Loom to use that feature right there. All right, so Loom was the winner for that one. Our very last final rounds is all about those EdTech whiteboards. So we know everyone has their favorites, but we're going to talk about Jamboard versus Whiteboard.fi. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Nikki.
All right, you guys. I love Jamboard. I'm sorry. I am a Jamboard girl. I shared one with you. I'm a Jamboard kind of girl, but Jamboard is my friend. Those sticky notes, they are interactive and engaging, so you can definitely do different things with those for your students. You can definitely do the different things with your students when you get there. But I'm gonna go to Jamboard just to show you some things that they've added some new features. But I love using the app, you guys, because when you use the app on your phone or your iPad or something like that, they have additional features that you don't have access to on the web version. So you can do, like, they have the draw it feature on there, and they have the text, handwriting to text feature on there, and then the shape, it takes your shape recognition and it'll fix your shape for you. But they have made some updates and features. They have the sticky note feature here. I love the sticky note because this is where I would come and collaborate with my students. They'll come in here and respond on their sticky note and place it there. And then anything that I place here on my whiteboard, of course, I can move it so I can manipulate it. So I can engage and interact with it here on my screen. So I love using Jamboard for that feature. You can change the background. Like, we've been looking at these screens all day. So you might want to change to make it easy on your eyes. You might want to change it to black for your students. And so you could act like you're actually on a blackboard and model. And the Jamboard is collaborative, just like with any other tool. So, of course, as a teacher, if we're working in modeling problems, I can put my students in groups. They can go on their own card. I can assign them their own card here, or we can all get on this one card, interact and engage with each other. It doesn't matter. So Jamboard is a win for me. And even when my students pop in on Jamboard, I can actually see their little bubbles. It looks like, I call them hot air balloons. The little hot air balloons come on the screen and I can see what card they're on. So if I've assigned group 1 to card 1, I can see their little bubbles there and I can see what card they're on. And then you can do awesome things like this. So like here on this screen, I can have my students come here and represent things with the base 10 blocks here. Wow. I don't know if that other little board can do that, but I can bring these images here. And you can tell I'm a math teacher. I love math, but this is just a great way for my students still to get that hands-on engagement they need. So I can pull in all of my charts and anchor charts that I use and still have my students, and I can model this, of course, because if they're at home and I'm at school or on a computer, I have the model here for the students. We have to have those models. So this is a great model, even though we're not actually they're not actually touching it. It's just as good, and they're getting to manipulate and still do those things that they do. So I'm very passionate about Jamboard because I can share this with other people. I can make a copy. I can give this to my students. All right. So let's say you said, how do you put something in the background like a timeline so they can fill it out? So you just go to the image icon over here on the left, and you can insert, you can find your little graphic there and put it in the background. And a tip that I have, you guys, is you can make a because one thing people do complain about, but I have a workaround for that. So if I insert this as my background, I can take a transparent shape and put it on top of it. And then it will kind of prevent the kids from, it will be harder for the kids to remove my background. So I've been doing that for my Jamboards, and it's been working perfectly by putting a transparent shape on top of it. And then they're not able to really manipulate it. So I take whatever shape, and then I put a transparent something on top of it, and it prevents them from moving it. So Jamboard is going to give you high engagement. So, and the kids are going to love it. I love it. I can collaborate. I can share it in my Google Classroom easily with my students. I can keep going on and on. So I'm a Jamboard girl.
All right, and the last tool is Whiteboard.fi. So Whiteboard.fi, I just started using it actually this school year around the summertime. It is a really great tool because it allows you to give every single student their own individual whiteboard. So on Jamboard, Nikki mentions you can create different little slides and tell Bobby he's number 2, tell Susie she's number 3, and tell Mark he's number 4. But here, and of course on Jamboard, they can always toggle back and see what their bestie or what their classmate has placed on their actual slide. On this one, on this Whiteboard app, they have their own individual board. So they have their own space. It's equivalent to when you're in the classroom, you give all of your kids their individual whiteboards. They have their individual whiteboards. It is iPhone and Android friendly, as well as the app also. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys really quickly. So you see right here, I can go ahead and do a brand new class or join a class. I'm going to hit join. Do a new class. Just type in my last name. I can have a waiting room so I can monitor who's coming into my room. I can also have a save mode for my kiddos. So maybe I want them to be able to work on this over a couple of blocks or a couple of class periods. I can enable a save mode just in case the Wi-Fi goes out or they run out of time. And then when I hit create new class, it's going to create a room for me. I can go ahead and show this code to my students. I'm going to go incognito so I can show y'all what it looks like from the student side. They can type in their name and then join my class. And then they have their own whiteboard. That's the best part. They're not able to see what Bobby or what the A student in the back of the class who is like rocking and rolling, they're not able to see someone else's responses. They have their own personal independent whiteboard. And they can, of course, toggle to my whiteboard. So as a teacher, I can go to my whiteboard and draw something, do some math problems. I don't know what that is. I'm just drawing something random, but I can have something on my whiteboard. You can see I have different features up here. I can embed a PDF if I need to. It is a cost, but I can do a PDF, some images, some text box, some shapes. And then I can see what my students are doing down here. So I can see what Sahara is doing on her board. Right now, she's not working. So I need to go ahead and tell Sahara, boo, come on, let's do something on your board. And Sahara has now done something on her board. She can still see my whiteboard. So I can have a problem on there that she can reference or an example for her to reference. And then it's live in real time. So when I go back to my side, I can now see what Sahara has placed on her board, and I can give feedback. I can leave a comment for her. It is a license, of course, but I can at least give her some thumbs up or something like that. It is a freemium account, and a lot of things are locked down compared to some other freemium accounts where you get a lot of things at a free cost, at a free price, I should say. It's nothing. And only a few things are going to be that cost. But it is a freemium account, just to kind of forewarn you guys. But for what you may need to use it for, there are ways around that. It's a really great tool to use with your students. All right. Go ahead and vote right now for the final rounds. It's in the chat box for your mentee. And let us know who won that round, Jamboard or Whiteboard. And they should not have an option 3. Oh, I thought I was going to win that one. Let's see. Couple more seconds. I think Jamboard is going to probably win, and I must say I am a Jamboard girl because it is a free tool, and we are a Google district. Oh, man, we are tied. I need someone to come in and do the tiebreaker.
Vote for Jamboard.
I need someone to come do the tiebreaker. I think it may just be a draw. It's good. Yep, it's gonna be a draw. It's gonna be a draw, and that's perfectly fine because we use all of these tools and we use all of them with our teachers, and we tell them about it across our districts. So we hope that you guys have at least learned at least one new thing about one of these tools that we talked about today. Remember, we covered creativity, presentation, collaboration, screencasting, and whiteboard. So thank y'all so very much for popping into our session today. It was going to be a very, like we said, informal and quick presentation for you guys. So if y'all have any questions, please feel free to reach out to either myself, I'm Sahara Haney, or Nikki. Our email addresses will be on the ticker tape in a second on the screen. So if y'all have any questions, it is right there. Please feel free to email us or stick around and we'll hang out for another couple of minutes to take any questions.
Thanks for
tuning in, you guys. We had a great time. It's no beef. It's just all in fun in the tech tool fun.
We're going to hang out for another minute or so to take any questions, but please feel free to log off. The recording will be at this link. So the same link that you guys clicked on to join us live today, if you want to come back and it could, because maybe you don't remember how to access the presentation or our email addresses or a specific tool, you can come back to the exact same link to view the recording for easy access. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend and please stay safe.